Well, it's too late for that. Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? How's everybody doing in the house tonight? You know the reason we are here. I am live in Las Vegas as we speak. And first and foremost, I want to kick off this review before we get into our intro with an apology, guys. It was a little bit of a situation that happened last night, but I'm good. I'm fine. I'm here. And I was going to make sure to do the night two review and also night one. So y'all are going to be very well taken care of. It is going to be a good time. Strap in because it is your WWE WrestleMania 41 night one and night two live review. It is your boy, Mr. Starks.
Big dub.
What is going on, beautiful people? What is happening? Now let me test something. Let me make sure everybody can hear us just fine. Hold up. What the fuck is the chat room? There it is. Y'all hear us? Let me know if y'all hear us, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, get y'all asses in here, man. Again, apologies for yesterday. Apologies for yesterday. It was something that shouldn't happen, but I am here. I am good. We gonna rock this review the fuck out. All right? Talk to us. Let us know if you can hear us. What's going on, Joe? What's going on? Word. Joe say he can hear me. All right, want to talk to the people. Let them know they can hear you.
All right. I hope everyone can hear me. Can you
Cool,
hear
cool.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No echoes, no nothing, hopefully.
Beautiful.
Yeah, talk to us, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to us. And also, yeah, straight out the gate, man. WrestleMania's finally come to an end. We got to do a Truth Seekers roll call, WrestleMania edition, because tonight, guys, we going to fucking bring it. And, the good news is I've been out here in Vegas having a great time. Legend stopping through the Covalent TV cabana at the Palms. It was a lot going on, okay? So it allowed me to not be in a situation to where I could do the review. And again, I apologize, okay? But we are here tonight. We are here tonight. We're going to get this shit done. We're going to cook this good work up and drop it off at your front doorstep because y'all know that's what the fuck we do here. So, Warner, let's get into pregame thoughts.
Okay.
So, guys, I was in the Covalent TV cabanas, plural. We had two of them things. And shouts out to everybody who showed up. I get a phone call from Warner. And I missed it because I was out by the pool with the beautiful Kaya Dream. It was a great time. And I come back and I hear my phone vibrating, and I'm like, I'm going to have to hit Warner back in just a few seconds. Now he calls me again, which lets me know that it's either a big emergency in professional wrestling or a big emergency with him himself. Now, this was a professional wrestling emergency because, as you guys already know, WWE acquired AAA. Now, I'll tell you what. I know y'all were going to want my opinion on this because tomorrow there's not going to be a show. I'm going to get home way too late. Wednesday, obviously, we will be live. My thoughts on the WWE acquisition of AAA is that this is what happens when you have so many snakes in the fucking grass that you can't even mow it. And Conan is one of those snakes in the grass. Anybody that is willing to sell professional wrestling up the river in favor of WWE, a company that does not need to become a monopoly again for any reason whatsoever, you're the worst type of person. Because that's who helped facilitate this. So, Conan, I don't want you to have any opinions on professional wrestling because you selling a Lucha Libre promotion to a company that clearly does not care about the style and they're going to destroy what it means to do Lucha Libre in the United States, you're the worst kind of person. I don't have any other words for you than that, bro. Don't hit me up in the DMs. Don't say nothing. We don't want to hear no fucking interviews. Why would you set this up? That is one less outlet for true luchadors to prove themselves. And it's all in the sake of currying favor with WWE, who really doesn't even fuck with you like that. Somebody tell me in the comment section all about Truth Seekers. Is that diabolical work or no? Warner, what do you think about it?
Well, real quick, now the whole JBL showing up in AAA makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it's a sad day for wrestling. Whether it be Lucha Libre, the American style, the Japanese, it's a sad day. Because now, again, as you said, it's one less place for someone to cut their teeth and learn their craft.
Yeah,
I guess
I don't
now
like it, bro.
it's sad, and here's, I mean, it may not happen today. Tomorrow, it might not happen next week, might not even happen next year, but soon, AAA is going to just turn into NXT Mexico.
Basically.
Basically.
And there's a lot of people that had mixed reviews on it. And I had put Werner on the phone with the great wrestler X Austin. He was Chris Bay's tag team partner. And Werner we're talking about it. And Werner basically told me his reaction. And Werner, speak to that, man. Speak to that on camera.
Well, yeah, Ace sounded like a deer caught in headlight. Like he was really caught off guard by this news because he even thought, since he is a TNA talent, that TNA was next. TNA was going to get bought by WWE and go from there. We both were just shocked.
So, yeah. No, Werner called me and he told me about it. And I was just like, what? That was basically my reaction. It's just like, are we really at this point? So before I even got into my pregame thought, I wanted to address that because I'm sure there were some people that wanted to know my opinion on it. I think it's fucking disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on it. A huge portion of Lucha Libre lineage now belongs to WWE.
Yeah.
To me, this is a step past selling your soul.
And this is mainly probably for the video library.
Basically.
So when Ray goes into the Hall of Fame, oh, wait, Ray's already in the Hall of Fame.
Oops.
So if they ever decide to put Ray in the Hall of Fame in again for giggles, they have that entire library of him from when he was 18.
So, Werner, we need our pat. Now I'm asked for our pat on the back. When we tried to say everything that is going on is a monopoly move for WWE to try to end professional wrestling as we know it and as we love it, we got called crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
You understand? We got called crazy. Now what? To everybody who said, oh, the WWE ID program isn't to acquire wrestling. It's to acquire talent so they can have better opportunities. Okay, then how does that work when people are too scared to even book your fucking wrestlers if they're not WWE adjacent? Now, guys, on Wednesday, obviously I got some great stories lined up for y'all from Vegas. But like being backstage at GCW was a dope experience, don't get me wrong. But you saw the WWE influence. And I appreciate the opportunity. Shouts out to Emil, he's a great guy. But you felt that WWE touch. And anybody who went to the collective can tell you. It ain't a diss song, it's a real song. And by the way, shouts out to Nasty Leroy, man. We actually had the pleasure of meeting. He swung by the Covalent TV Cabana. You better tell him I'll get it popping, homie. Better tell him I was laid back in a little curly head, John. Yeah, I'm boy. Better ask somebody around this motherfucker, man. Oh, and by the way, shout out to my boy Steve K, man. Him and Mojo Rawley, they represent a lot of wrestlers, and they're good fucking people. So salute to the both of them for showing love to Covalent TV as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Nasty Leroy, man. I'm the same man in real life I am on the internet, brother. I told you. You ain't got to tell me. You tell the people in the comment section. And by the way, guys, how's the audio sounding? See, tonight, Werner, what we going to do is something different. We're going to sit back and we're going to have a conversation. We're going to lounge when we break down WrestleMania night 1 and night 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do have to get to Live nightclub because, after party.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, the focus and priority is Covalent TV. And if you are in here, drop a comment, drop a Truth Seeker roll call, man. Truth Seekers in the chat, man. Yeah, Nasty Lyra start. I'm gonna put that comment right up here. Hold on, we gonna show that one. Better ask somebody.
It makes me wonder about SummerSlam now.
Okay.
Now, so outside of the collective, like all these WWE ID program, indies, are they going to show up at SummerSlam in New York?
Now, Werner, without skipping ahead, what makes you say that?
I don't know. You know what? I'm not trying to skip ahead or anything. It's just a gut feeling. Like, this is going to be the thing now. Anytime they do a 2-day event, we're going to have all these indies show up.
Okay. Hold on, put these talk.
The ones that are WWE approved.
Yeah. And Werner, you saw a lot of that influence this weekend. And that's why I can't wait to get back and talk to you guys about that on Wednesday, because a lot of shit that y'all probably thought was real and y'all thought it's going to affect the indies to a high level, every single one of you were right. But most importantly, we were right. We did a whole stream about it.
Mm-hmm.
A whole stream. And now WWE has to go to these very desperate marketing tactics because they're having Cardi B host SummerSlam, and that feels desperate.
Super desperate.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Cool. Sorry, y'all. I had a little pop-up on my computer. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Nancy Leroy said it's good to meet you. Hella cool person. Oh, man, much love, bro. I show love, dog. I don't know what else to say, man. I show love, dog. And yeah, GCW Collective had the WWE feeling. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is that you can already feel the WWE fingerprints on the indie scene. It's disgusting, dude.
And the fact that Brody Lee Jr. is getting indoctrinated into that is just wrong.
You shouldn't want another generation of people to know what it's like for WWE to have a monopoly over everything.
Yeah.
You would think more people would want that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
yet here we are. We are.
They don't. Yeah. They don't. It's terrible.
I want to go left field with the AAA thing real quick. But I'm really curious. Was this done with the cartel's blessing?
Who knows?
I really thought long and hard about that today. Because the Mexican cartels do not like outsiders. You really think they're going to like triple nose telling these Mexican talents what to do?
So, Werner, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. They don't call that a conspiracy theory.
I know. That's why I said left field. Hold on.
But just like everything we say, it ends up always being some form of truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, we don't go for the I told you so. We're not the gotcha show. You know what I'm saying? All we do is give facts based on what we know as long-term professional wrestling fans. And now we're building towards being long-term professional wrestling analysts.
Mm-hmm.
If we gonna talk, let's talk real talk. 5-star said AAA is broke. Okay, that's cool. But selling out wrestling just because you need a little bit of bread in your pocket, selling out Lucha Libre just because you need a little bit of bread in your pocket, does not speak good volumes on neither WWE or AAA.
And you're also telling me that no one in Mexico has the money and the want and the need to buy a wrestling promotion.
Apparently not.
That's nuts to me, considering how much wrestling is more beloved in Mexico than it is here.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
It feels unfair, don't it?
It really does.
I was trying not to say that because you try to take feelings out of it, but it feels terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think back on stuff like this, Warner. Let's have a real moment. Then we're going to get into our pregame thoughts on Mania, night 1 and night 2. When I think of AAA, I think of being back in my grandfather's crib, playing video games, and then I get too tired to play them anymore. So I just cut on TV. And I go past, you know what I'm saying, the channel that they were on. And I see all of these people flipping around, doing these great acrobatics, having great wrestling matches. And I see the letters AAA on the ring apron. There's going to be an entire generation of kids that never get that moment.
Mm-hmm. Multiple. Because, I mean, going forward, you know, I remember being in high school and just random times randomly finding the channel of AAA being on, and of course being in Spanish speaking, just watching the Six-Sided Ring and La Parca and others,
Uh-huh.
going to town and just showing you that, hey, there's more than just American wrestling out there.
Hold on, I'm going to put up a comment right here that's so fucking sad, dog. And again, everybody here is fine, right? My apologies, y'all. My voice is fucking gone. Man, I've been having such a great time. Shouts out to Las Vegas. This is like a second home to me. Guys, I've had so much fucking fun. So that's why my voice is a little fucked up. But yeah, no, Fuego saying now it'll be AAA sponsored by Prime. That's terrible. I hate that.
CMLL, the only Lucha Libre program in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they sold out history.
Yeah.
Let me read a comment. No, go ahead, Warner.
No, because isn't AAA older than WWE?
Is it?
I'm looking that up right now just to confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. They were founded in 92.
Apollo said CMLL got to lock in even more.
I think they're already locked in.
Hold on, we could easily say that, but like the problem is you never know when WWE is going to open the door and then buy the building.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds good, but is it actually what's going to happen? I don't know. So nobody's going to have that wrestling variety anymore because WWE is too busy squeezing and ripping everything to the ground. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But the fact that we're even talking about it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me adjust in this chair, y'all. Okay. So, guys, let's get into our WrestleMania pregame thoughts. I can't spend too much time, unfortunately, but we only 20 minutes in. This review is probably gonna be like an hour 15, and y'all know we still gonna drop off that good work. We gonna break it down like a fraction, but we are only going to go match results for obvious reasons. Okay. So my pregame thoughts for WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. Now, when you're in an environment like I was in, where obviously there's beautiful weather, women, liquor, weed, you name it. You know, you got legends coming to your cabana, chopping up game, right? It's easy to get lost in that and overrate something and be like, oh man, this was so good. You know why it was so good? Because I'm here. I had to cut that off. I don't give a damn what legend would have walked into our cabanas. I don't give a fuck. My pregame thought on WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 is this, and then I'm gonna let Werner cook because this is easy for me. Not only did the trend of low effort booking continue, a new trend was started. Let's make a way to truly test if our fans are going to turn on this booking. Like, let's go as far as we possibly can to see how far we could push the booking and how terrible it is. They went out of their way to do it. And again, diabolical work. Because this might be the last opportunity you guys get to pickpocket your fans. So it begs the question, if WWE had these intentions to book this show the way that they booked it, why even have that terrible media PR run, blaming the fans, saying the internet is not a real place, all of these dumbass things, if you knew this the show you was going to book? And that's my pregame thought. I want to get into it. So, Werner, go ahead and give your pregame thoughts and let's cook on this shit, bro.
You know, to go to that last little point, I think they saw the internet stuff and like, we're going to make a point of pissing off every fan this weekend. I think Triple H just felt galvanized and wanted to go balls to the wall and finding ways to just be like, yep, this is what we're doing, whether you like it or not.
And what was the benefit?
There's none. There's
Right.
no benefit to this. And I felt like, and I texted you this, like night one really felt like a comedy, like the majority of the night felt like a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, lol, this person won. Lol, this person won. Lol, this person won.
Apollo, you said this is what they always do. No, bro, this was an exception to the rule.
Yeah,
This
was
entire
worse.
weekend, yeah, no, it was the exception to the rule. It was like they went out of their way to make this exceptionally bad, and this is WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's going to be some people that go, oh, there wasn't anything you liked on these shows. Oh, you guys are biased. No, there was a couple things I liked on night one, and there was a couple things I liked on night two. But for the most part, this was patchwork, shoddy fucking booking from Paul Levesque.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it. The accountability needs to be had. WrestleMania is over. Now the accountability needs to begin. Okay, cool. WrestleMania is over. Now you hit the reset button. Now what? Because I think a product in the Triple H image isn't a good product.
No.
Because what evidence have we been given that it is? We could barely even call it a product. It's so
And,
disappointing. Go ahead, man.
and you know what? Another thing that's frustrating, and this isn't skipping it at all. It's just like looking at the ring and seeing it become a NASCAR canvas. It's just sickening. It really, as much as Vince has his issues and all that stuff, I'm not taking away from that. But at least Vince had respect for a wrestling ring and the turnbuckles and all that. Now everything has to be, oh, let's get 10 grand for this sponsorship over on this side of the ring. Let's get another 12 for this one. Let's get a 12 for a turnbuckle. Let's get, for the video board, let's get another 13 grand or whatever. When did wrestling become NASCAR with the sponsorships?
Dude, under the WWE umbrella, pro wrestling has lost the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be real.
Yeah.
And like Corey, hold on, I'm gonna put this comment up. Corey, I don't disagree with what you just said. I don't. I do believe that they hit the reset button so much that they have nothing left. But what I'm telling you is they're gonna say they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after WrestleMania, everything's brand new. You know that's what they're gonna sell you.
The Raw after Mania is going to be balls to the wall.
And who actually believes that?
I don't.
Does any of our truth seekers believe that? Like, let's be real, guys. Let's be actually real. I'm at a point where I can't even feel anything when I watch WWE shows because I know the love and effort is not going to be put into the production I'm watching.
This reminds me of AEW a little bit, just a little bit. You remember how they were like, let's restore the feeling.
Yeah,
Where is that with WWE?
dude. For them, it's easier to try and create a feeling.
And they
At least
fail at it every time.
I know they fail at it every time. I know that. But in order to want to succeed, you got to understand that your failures are what make your success. WWE takes their failures and go, hey, we're going to wipe our ass with them because our fans support us regardless.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you where the problem lies of why they don't think of it that way. Because they know they could give whatever. They could give little fucking crumbs, and that fan base is going to eat it alive.
Yeah.
So, okay, all of the excuses were given that, oh, the product has been bad on purpose so it could build up to this pay-per-view. Oh, it was bad on purpose so it could build up to that pay-per-view. Oh, it was bad on purpose so it could build up to this pay-per-view. WrestleManias came and went. Does it feel like all of those so-called sacrifices were made for a better WrestleMania?
No.
Then what the fuck were they talking about?
Out of their ass.
Because I hope all of you reporters that said that know WWE just made you look really stupid.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
And again, guys, I'm gonna tell you the things that I like that came out of this show. I'm not a fucking biased hypocrite. We just know what's good when we see good, and we know what's terrible when we see terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take the truth personally. Just don't. You know why? Because the truth don't change. No matter who says it, when they say it, or how they say it. So if you are watching us for the first time ever, welcome in. Hopefully you become one of our truth seekers. But if you don't like what I'm saying, help me find where there's a flaw in my logic. WWE is not giving you a reason to continue to support.
Mm-mm.
They failed. Every WWE fan loves making fun of TNA. They love making fun of late 90s WCW. But look at the product that they support. Look at the product. You support something that's worse than those two things combined. They love talking about the Hogan and Bischoff era of TNA. They love talking about late 90s WCW, early 2000s WCW. But can't turn the mirror onto the product that they enjoy. Warren, is anything else you want to say on this topic, bro?
No, it's just a gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. Just a failure. I mean, this whole entire week has been one big fail for WWE and wrestling in general.
And I'm gonna say something real quick. And guys, like I said, this is not gonna be a long review. But again, I'm so sorry for missing last night. But we are doing the show right now. So welcome in. Show the necessary love. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Hit the super chats. Hit the Streamlabs link. Show the necessary love to the Cash App as well. Because you could end up being like Nasty Leroy. The more you contribute, the more we can host events for you guys to come to. Ask Nasty Leroy if he had a good time. My fault, y'all. I know y'all hear the mic doing that noise. I'm my bad. All right, let me see something real quick. And Joe, long time viewer, appreciate you, man. But we're gonna do the show how we want to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
You want us to just talk quick? Then in which case, put through $10,000 super chat, and we'll talk as fast as you want us to talk.
Yeah.
How about that? Yo, Derek Snyder, no skipping that.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not on the YouTube thing, so whoever has a wrench over there on YouTube,
I just took care of it.
all right, for sure. Apollo said, oh, wait. Said they've been too busy looking at crowd sizes and merchandise, lucha mask, and TV ratings to look at the actual on-screen product. No, I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. I know you were joking though, but like I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. I'm just not gonna do it. All right, well, let's get into night one, dog. Let's talk about this show. We got a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh boy. Well, to kick off the show, we have our usual montage of wrestlers showing up to the stadium on time.
You mean your favorite part of the show? Talent arriving at the arena is the thing that you lose your pants for every single time. You turn the state of Michigan white every time you see talent arriving at the arena. You don't want to issue fines. You want to issue boners.
$2,800. That's all I'm saying.
Motherfucker, are you gonna charge them?
Yes.
With what?
I don't know.
DUI. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Well, Jade was so used to that.
Well, Apollo came through with the two smacker rules, saying doesn't feel like Mania season. Doesn't feel like Mania season yet. And he looked directly into the camera like a fucking dork when he said that too. Eric Snyder said I didn't know how late I was coming in. Yeah, no, man. We're about to get into WrestleMania literally right now. Go ahead, Warren.
All righty, so our first comedy match of the night, Jey Uso taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right. So I was kicking in the cabana when this match was going on. And I just got through taking a shot. And it felt like the world started slowing down. Then I was realizing that I was staring at the TV screen and I was watching a Gunther versus Jey Uso match. I said, no, the world ain't slowing down that goddamn much. This match was slow. It was boring. Gunther had to slow down almost to a complete stop just for Jey Uso to look terrible. So, Gunther, you did good business, bro. You tried your absolute best. But you had to slow down so much that you ended up looking like Jey Uso in that fucking ring. Why are you there? Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified? Nah, I ain't gonna do it. Yeah. Said to quote Keith Lee, poor Walter. Yeah, no, in Fuego, I'm not gonna lie, man. I had speakers in my cabana, so it sounded like I was in the arena, dog. Was it me or was the crowd radio silent during this match?
I'm going to be honest. It felt like that the entire weekend.
So it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Okay. Adrian Carpenter came through with the Tit Smack Rule say, when is WWE going to be held accountable for the crappy content? Will there ever be a tipping point with this limited fan base? That's what we were talking about at the beginning. The WrestleMania excuse is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hunter's cooking for Mania. That's what we kept getting told. That's what we kept getting told.
Mm-hmm.
He's cooking for Mania. This pay-per-view was bad on purpose. That's what we kept getting told. And it seems like WrestleMania was worse than all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we waited for a show that was worse than the shows we criticized? What type of shit is that? Like, seriously.
Welcome to the brainwashing of WWE.
Y'all did all that bitching leading up to Mania just for Mania to be worse than all the shows you shielded and protected them from criticism of. Y'all can't protect them from Mania being bad. Y'all can try to put all that positive spin on this shit y'all fucking want.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into it.
Jey Uso tapped out Gunther to win the World Heavyweight title. That's not that's not a joke. That actually happened.
Like, listen to what Warner just said. Warner, say it again. Say it again.
Jey Uso tapped out Gunther. Again, this is not a joke. This actually happened.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all the God's honest truth. I'm not going to give up no names, at least when it comes to this part. Guys, when Jey Uso tapped Gunther in the cabanas we were in, you could have heard a fucking pin drop. It was one little Jey Uso mark there, but for the most part, you can hear a pin drop. Because, like how I always tell you guys, even WWE fans, like drones, diehards, know that this product sucks. A lot of people that I watched and looked in the eyes this weekend, again, wrestlers, heavy hitters, legends. When I saw the look in their eyes, it almost said, WWE is trying to destroy being the dream for wrestlers. They're trying to destroy it. They're destroying the one last bargaining chip and selling point they have to talents. Because you're telling me if I bust my ass to work on my craft and become a great wrestler, there's a chance that I can lose to someone as untalented in the ring as Jey Uso.
But he connects with the crowd. Every 13 to 15,000 people every night. I see it in the arena. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
And pretty women with cute little farts can galvanize a fan base too. Does that mean anything? What the fuck are you talking about? Like that? What does that mean? Crowd connection in WWE is like Fisher Price in a daycare.
That's a very good
Anyone
point.
can connect to that stupid ass fan base. All you got to do is give them a buzzword and a theme song that repeats things over and over, and they're over like fucking Rover. So Jey Uso's title win felt meaningless, and the match sucked. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther almost looked like he was wrestling at a standstill. And most importantly, like we told y'all on the road to WrestleMania, Jey Uso was going to get exposed. Not only did he get exposed, his gimmick died.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all those people using say otherwise. Those people were just doing it because it was a thing to do. But again, even they know what they
Beer
watch.
garden mentality.
Hold on, wait. Even they know the thing that is going on in front of their eyes should not be happening.
Yeah.
Jey Uso is a world champion. Let that sink in. Let what I just said sink in. Jey Uso is a world champion. Jey Uso.
Triple crown winner.
Well, it was, and by the way, him tapping Gunther is disgusting work.
But isn't that supposed to be a Triple H guy? Uh-oh.
Oops. But that's disgusting work. Because at what point of their feud did they build that finish? Like at what point did they go, hey, Jay, when you go out there and say, hey, maybe I'm going to choke you out, oos, snitch line. They didn't even build to it or even tease it as a moment until the match itself. But I thought everything in WWE makes sense. Their storylines have so much continuity and integrity, but they couldn't even build up the fact that Jey Uso might be the one to choke Gunther out as opposed to Gunther choking him out. That would have made for a dope storyline. Because he was choking out everybody he loved, and he was choking out Jey Uso.
Right.
So why not make it a storyline where Jey Uso is like, I don't want to beat you 1, 2, 3. I don't want to pin you. I want to do to you what you did to me. That would have made it a bigger moment. Yeah. That would have made it a bigger moment.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the company that calls themselves the storytelling entity. It was already baked into the feud, and you just cut it out of the pie.
Right.
Again, why is there any faith placed in this company? This was lazy, and it sucked, and the match sucked. And anybody that has to carry Jey Uso in a match, I feel so sorry for you. So what part of this is the dream? Oh, I want to go to WWE. Why? So you can lose to people like Jey Uso?
It's a dream masked as a nightmare. That's
Like,
all
what
this
the fuck?
is.
Go ahead, Warren.
No, that's all this is. This is a dream masked as a nightmare. No matter if you're in NXT or the main roster or NXT Mexico now, it's all a nightmare. This company has been North Korea since 1980 and continues to be North Korea, just with a softer, gentler side with Nick Khan and Paul Levesque.
Bro, WWE as usual had a great opportunity to pivot away from something that they know is not going to work. And they said, nope, we're going through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And now Jey Uso is a world champion.
You know, that's a good point. Tonight was business as usual for WWE.
That's that's phrase of the stream.
Yeah. Tonight and last night, business as usual.
But yeah, that was the finish, guys. That was the result. I don't agree with it. I thought it was absolute garbage. I thought it was lazy. And if they did want to do it that way, they should have built it into the feud. Have Jey Uso tease that he's going to choke him out. It was so simple.
Yeah.
And Fuego said, right, yeah. Hold on, wait. Said Leia, have Jey use it as a finisher, tease it with Gunther slipping away, or reverse it on Raw. It wouldn't have been hard.
No.
But WWE is creatively bankrupt. Like, what the fuck was that terrible ass match?
Waste of time.
But y'all got what y'all wanted, right? Yeet Mania. Oh, Jay, he deserves it. I wish people would stop saying that bullshit.
How is he main event Jey Uso if he's not main eventing? He's curtain jerking.
Uh-oh.
So can we change his little main event gimmick to curtain jerking Jey Uso?
And then to say, oh, he deserves it, as if there aren't wrestlers that have been on the roster just as long as him and have been begged. The fans have begged for their pushes, and they don't get them.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the Rock's fucking flying trapeze cousins or whatever he is to him pulls up, and they go through with it. There's wrestlers in the company that have been there as long as him that are more talented than him.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get this opportunity? No.
Nope.
You know who does deserve this opportunity? Y'all love using the word deserve. You know who did deserve this opportunity? R-Truth.
Yeah.
But it's Ron Killings.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? He probably would have knocked it out of the park. But instead, WWE faithful, this is what you get. Let's move on, man. Unless you have something else you want to say on.
No, I don't know what else to say on this. This is just going to be a categorical fail, and I pray he doesn't make it past SummerSlam. Oh. All right, up next we got the War Raiders, sponsored by Overlord Rhodes from Clash of Clans. And apparently they had to dress up like Clash of Clans.
Mm-hmm.
Taking on the New Day for the World Tag Team titles.
Oh, shit.
New Day won, lull, up, up, down, down.
That's funny as fuck. Okay, guys. Y'all know I always say nothing burger covered in nothing sauce, but that doesn't do this justice. You almost walked away from this match going, why was it even on the fucking card?
You could say that about a lot of these matches.
But this one especially.
Oh no, I agree with that. No, this one was at the top of the list.
Why was this even on a card? And Warner, did I? Please let me know if I did. If I was a little too, boisterous in the cabana. Did I miss the TLC match?
No. See, that TLC match is actually set up for SmackDown this coming Friday.
Wait. Didn't you tell me it was supposed to be on Mania?
No.
I thought you said it was supposed to be on Mania.
Nope. Friday this coming week.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have that on Mania?
Well, we can't have too many matches. We don't want to be like AEW.
But to get back to this match, y'all, they grabbed an ice cold New Day and grabbed an ice cold War Raiders, and they had a fucking freeze off. And the New Day was just the colder of the two, and they got the belts down. And why should we care?
Mm-hmm.
Why should we care?
You know, the Raw tag team division is the worst tag team division in all of wrestling.
Warren, it's a joke, bro. Talk more about the match, man. I'm out of comments because people aren't gonna like my disposition on this review because I want to care about it more. But what is there to fucking care about?
I don't know what to say. This match was boring. Again, this match didn't feel like a Mania match. It felt like a fucking match that I'd see any other time on Raw or SmackDown or Main Event or Velocity or Sunday Night Heat or Live Wire or Sunday Superstars. Anything but WrestleMania.
Look, man.
Those four people should be embarrassed.
This felt political too.
This was an under 10-minute match. Under 10 minutes for a tag match.
On WrestleMania.
On WrestleMania.
Fuego said TLC on SmackDown to pop a number because Dynamite is getting too close with Max. No, I feel you. No, don't get me wrong. I feel you. But again, that's not an excuse I'm willing to hear.
Right.
That should have been on WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Put one tag team title match on night one, put one tag team title match on night two. It was easy. And it never got out of the first gear because that's just not what the New Day are capable of. That's just not what the War Raiders are capable of. So this was never going to go into a second gear. So if that was what you were hoping for, I don't know if you've ever seen these guys really perform. So not only was it terrible booking, it was terrible matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Any other comments, man? Let's move on.
I'm just gonna move on. Next we got Jade Cargill taking on Naomi.
Huh. Maybe I need to take on right there for a reason. You know what people are going to come away from this match thinking? Why have they invested so much in Jade Cargill? Jade Cargill had an opportunity to quiet her detractors. Did she accomplish that mission? Yes or no?
No.
What's going on, Alex? Man, pay a late fees. Why are you lit?
Yeah, no excuses.
Jade Cargill, we said this was a sink or swim moment for her. This is going to be the match that either makes people reinvest in her as a wrestler and character, or it's going to be the match that's the death blow. And it felt like Jade Cargill just could not work at that WrestleMania level.
No.
Whatever that is these days. But she didn't do good, guys. Now this match I was watching very intently. She didn't do good. Just like the Gunther Jade match, Naomi had to try her best to make this match even passable. Jade Cargill was on a WrestleMania main card with a mental clock in her head every move she does.
And it's bad when we can point it out.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, this spot. 1, 2, 3, this spot. And you got her on a WrestleMania main card. Diabolical work. She failed. Naomi, you didn't. You tried. I hate that you even got forced into this bullshit ass match. But this is WWE's last ditch effort at ROI on Jade Cargill. But I'm seeing them taking their stocks off the table with Jade Cargill very soon. This match did not show improvement. It showed stagnation. But if you're a Jade Cargill fan, you probably think I'm wrong. And by the way, if you were going to do it how you did it, why even turn Naomi heel? If this was how it was going to play out, why even have Naomi turn heel? Because Warner, throughout this entire match, did you feel like Naomi was this huge heel?
No.
Then what was the point?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
And if that was going to be the outcome, why turn her heel? It actually would have made more sense if Naomi won.
Right. But again, business as usual for WWE.
I don't know, bro. Oh, by the way, shout out to everybody again. I am in Las Vegas right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome to Covalent TV, man. Shout out to all my truth seekers. Y'all donations help build this channel. And if you were in Vegas and you were at the Palms, you know that everything you put into the show goes back to y'all because we hosted fans, we hosted legends, we hosted up-and-coming wrestlers, and fans of Covalent TV supporters got to kick it. Have some liquor, have some food, some excellent chicken nachos. Shout out to the people over there at the Palms Pool. I just want to say that right now. So all your contributions go back to you guys. See what we got. Appreciate you, Weekly Sales here. Saying it's almost 8 a.m. for him. What is going on, man? Are you just now getting in here? And again, let me offer my apologies to anybody that is in here who was waiting on us yesterday, had a situation happen, couldn't go live. But again, I'm here.
But you know what? Shouts out to that comment section, keeping it alive and kicking and having good conversation.
Good. But yeah, guys, the only thing I took away from it was the ROI push for Jade Cargill should be over now. She did not have a noteworthy performance. That's all I got. Yo, David Scripshaw, no skipping ahead, man. Somebody pack that comment up.
I already did.
Oh,
I think I said it, but I'll say it again real quick.
Can't have that much dead air.
Jade won with a jaded for the win. Floated. Didn't swim. Didn't sink. Still a failure. Up next, we got Jacob Fatu wearing a eerily similar mask to Takeshita, taking on Los Angeles Knight, who decided to be driven in by a Maserati for some odd reason.
The only comments I have on this match was, what was WWE trying to accomplish with this match?
This was such a hodgepodge match.
No. Well, yes, but like I came away from this match going, nobody looked good. I don't think Jacob Fatu did anything different than what he normally does.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a TV match. Like, I don't know who that falls on in particular, but it just felt like a regular TV match to me.
You know what? That I think that falls on leadership. Triple H isn't galvanizing the team to say, hey, we really need to go. It's WrestleMania. Time to be balls to the wall. Since we're in an era right now where we have to be told, hey, it's WrestleMania season. It's time to go balls to the wall.
Say the only goal for this was to put the U.S. title on the Samoan. All right, let me put this in the way I can best describe it. We knew that it was only a matter of time before WWE belted Jacob Fatu up. We knew this.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in his ROI push phase as well. But what I didn't expect was for them to do it to a person who, as of right now, is a better mic worker, has better crowd connection, who just feels like a star, and just have Jacob Fatu just pretty much get him up out of there. It felt like a glorified squash, is what I'm saying. And not only was it a glorified squash, it was a glorified squash on the WrestleMania stage.
Mm-hmm.
And was it me, or was Jacob Fatu spamming moves in this match?
Yeah. This, you know what, this was the closest I've ever felt to a New Japan match in WWE.
Fuego, no, LA Knight, he signed on the dotted line, brother.
Mm-hmm. Don't feel sorry for him.
I know we say do not sign on the dotted line, but a lot of these wrestlers, they just do it anyway. So, like Warner said, don't feel bad for him. He knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. He thought North Korea was better for him.
And it was just status quo. Like Warner said earlier, it was status quo.
Mm-hmm.
It was run of the mill. Again, this could have happened on the SmackDown. This was not a great match. So, with that being said, what did everybody in the comment section think of this? Truth Seekers, talk to us. What did y'all think of this match? I thought it was a bit overproduced. I thought it was a bit spammy. And LA Knight didn't work up to the best of his capabilities, and neither did Jacob Fatu. It just felt like, how do we get this belt on Jacob Fatu as quick as possible and have the bloodline reignite? Because you know what that is long game wise. Werner, you know that too.
Yeah.
This is going to tie back into some bloodline shit very soon.
Mm-hmm.
This match had no soul whatsoever. I'm sorry, whatsoever. It had no soul. It was just a title match for the sake of having a title match.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how most WWE matches feel these days. And at least if you're going to book this erratically, at least let the wrestling be good.
No, we can't have that. No.
Oh, we do.
No, that's not the WWE way.
No, we do have it. People just don't want to watch it.
Well, yeah, there's that.
But that's all I got on this match, bro. Give your thoughts.
I mean, again, why was this on the this again felt like a SmackDown match? Why this did not feel anywhere near a WrestleMania? Like they had what, 2 extra weeks?
Yeah.
They specifically moved to after the Masters. And for what?
Yeah, they moved to Easter and 420.
Yeah. I'm just at a loss because, like, all this was just to get Jacob the belt. And for what? And now we're back to the end. What nonsense with WWE? He has the belt. And what?
Okay, now what?
Is he going to have new and exciting challengers? Nope. He's going to have the same people that LA Knights had, and the person before him, and the person before him, and the person before him, and the person before him.
And Derek Snyder said, fueling a solo versus Fatu for you, centered around the U.S. title was abysmal work. I just said that a second ago, bro. Like, you know this is about to tie back into some bloodline shit. So now we got to deal with another title being held hostage for the sake of prolonging this bloodline storyline.
Mm-hmm. Because we're in the 3rd inning still. I like to tell long-term storytelling.
This motherfucker feel like it's definitely still in the 1st.
Sure.
So they have potential, but this is where I'm getting strange from about Night 1 specifically about how they rush matches. To call the matches on Night 1 rush is an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Just being real.
Yeah.
But, okay, Jacob, again, you got the belt. Okay, cool.
And now what?
Yeah. Why should anyone care? And it's not your fault because WWE put you in that position.
Right.
No
they're already setting him up to fail.
Yeah, no one cares about a feud between you and Solo. No one cares.
Yeah.
They're setting you up to fail. These wrestlers these days don't push for their creative anymore. They push for clout.
Yep.
And that's why the wrestling is so bad. That's why the work ethic and effort are so bad. Said the stream is gone. What you mean the stream is gone? You just commented.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the steam. My fault. I'm sorry. I'm a little hot. I'm a little hot. My apologies. Say, remember WWE calls themselves the long gamers. So, just based on what happened on Night 1 alone, they can never call themselves that. But let's keep going. Let's keep talking about Night 1. Come on.
Alrighty, up next, they show Vikingo.
Oh, boy.
And Dana White, which Dana White probably got the biggest pop out of everybody tonight, or that night.
And you know Dana White was probably sitting there watching like, what is this beta-ass shit that I'm watching?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, you can see it in his face that he's like, bruh, I would not be here if I didn't get the phone call.
Uh-huh. Alrighty, up next we have Racist Coffee taking on Ray Phoenix, and Racist Coffee won. Lol.
Again, another moment. And did they use Vikingo in this match too?
Before the match started, Vikingo and the Racist Coffee Cup decided to shove each other, and then Vikingo kicked him in the head.
Okay, so here we go. I was waiting for this one. So Conan obviously sold AAA up the river. He probably talked to the higher ups and was like, "Oh, you should sell." And me and Werner have said the worst possible scenario would be if Conan got in his ear.
Yep.
And the worst case scenario played out. They've been absorbed. And Werner, imagine how embarrassing this had to be. Weren't the owners of AAA there?
Yep. Well, former owners.
They had one of the biggest luchadors to ever grace Lucha Libre lose to an Anglo-Saxon white man in a luchador mask.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting, absolutely deplorable work.
And he came out to a fucking mariachi band.
But those people that own AAA don't care. When they put the camera on them, they look like fucking like the mafia.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They went, oh, well, the check cleared. Who cares?
Yeah.
When I saw El Grande Americano be Ray Phoenix, first of all, again, it got dead silent. But second of all, I laughed so hard internally because I said, what's going to be the discourse to come out of this? And guess what it was, Warner?
What?
It's long-term booking.
Of course it is.
Going somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going somewhere.
Apparently Ray tore his groin. That's why he was not in the match.
But Warner, think about that for 1 second.
Yeah, no, it's not going anywhere. Because last time I checked, Chad Gable, Raw superstar, Ray Phoenix, SmackDown.
And Weekly Steel Chair, I agree. And that's why I didn't ignore Warner's point, but I moved past it. Because by that same logic, that means Rey Mysterio was booked to lose either way as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Ray Phoenix losing is even worse. Because that's the brand new shiny toy with the little thing you pull in the back. Like Woody off a Toy Story. Forgot what the damn thing is called.
But is he this new shiny toy now since they just bought AAA?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
They had to break bread. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like he's there for free.
That's true.
So no, they're gonna try to get the ROI on him. But do you think getting proper ROI on, again, one of the best luchadors to ever do it is having an Anglo-Saxon white man in a lucha mask beat him?
A loaded lucha mask.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, I know. It's stupid, but. Ugh.
But again, those people sitting in there that was rapping AAA, they didn't care. Again, the check cleared.
Yeah, that's all they care about.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And you want to know the one thing I say when this match is over? If they were going to book Rey Mysterio to lose to him, and they did book Ray Phoenix to lose to him, imagine what they're about to do to all of the other luchadors.
Yeah.
But give your thoughts on this match, Warner, and let's move on.
Racism alive and well with WWE.
Of course.
That's I mean, this match was pretty, once the match started to get into a gear, not a great gear, but a gear,
Mhm.
you could tell Chad Gable was winning this match. And it's pathetic.
I
And the
don't
fact
know.
you had Vikingo even a part of this, just I get the check cleared, but come on.
Yo, so Miguel said as a Latino, hold on, let me put this up. Said as a Latino, I feel disrespected with the El Grande Americano racist shit. Let me tell you, WWE is doing this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you should feel offended.
And not only that, they can get away with it. Because look at their crowds every week.
It does not make sense. It's terrible. The gimmick is dumb and it's racist. I don't agree with it either. But in order for this to change, the luchadors are going to have to stand up for themselves. And that's not going to happen when you got Penta sitting and spinning on it and Ray Phoenix standing in the middle of the ring, falling to his knees as WWE piss hits him and he's screaming, WWE.
Oh, let's not talk about the biggest offender. Mr. Locker Room Leader himself, Rey Mysterio. Who's very okay with this and apparently is encouraging this bullshit.
And you know those luchadors take his word for everything.
Right. He is a god to them.
Here we are.
But Ray has no spine.
Wonderful hope. Funny. Said no self-respect. Yeah, no, it's just not going to be good for the business, dude. It's not going to be good for the business. But here we are, and Ray Phoenix, dude, you signed on the dotted line, and this was your dream in WWE.
It is your present.
So have fun with it, bro. Have
Yeah.
fun with it. Let's keep it going.
Already up next, Shawn Michaels lied about the attendance.
Uh, he did though.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. More celebrities, and Dana White got shown again because we can never get enough Dana White.
Yeah, you know you want to rub his bald head. Yeah.
Alrighty, Tiffany Stratton showed up first
Oh my God.
in her little Barbie themed entrance box, which she's been dreaming about since she was a little tyke.
Since she was the title.
Since she was a title, yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Charlotte showed up with a Rolls Royce because that tracks.
Yeah.
Both apparently had to wear the similar outfits. And then we get Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair in a very, 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 very stiff match.
Stiff is Warner, you're being too nice. This match was 60 degrees of terrible.
Yeah, well, there was that too.
Botches, sandbags, a little bit of stiff, you know what I'm saying? But overall, these ladies don't have any chemistry. You can tell they don't like each other. Charlotte Flair did not want to bump for her. Tiffany Stratton didn't want to bump for Charlotte. It wasn't good.
No.
It wasn't good. And I know there's going to be some people that's going to be real pissed off about me saying that because they're going to be like, oh, it's unfair to the ladies. It was a terrible match. It was a terrible match. That's all I got.
Yeah, the one thing I just want to bring up is Charlotte, you're looking a little too thin. You're getting into Dakota Kai territory, and you need to eat something. You're not looking healthy anymore. I don't know if it's stress from everything that's going on outside of WWE or anything like that, or stress at work. I don't know. I don't know. I just, please, for the love of God, eat something. Because you looked really, really sick, and your clothing looked very loose on you for how small it was.
Yeah. And to address Tiffany Stratton, you had a point to prove. This was your opportunity to shut the higher ups that have propped up Charlotte Flair for so long up. It was your opportunity to show that you can replace her in talent, and you didn't. And you didn't. This was your opportunity to show why Charlotte needs to fuck off and why management should keep rocking with you.
Right.
You went out there and you were regular old Tiffany Stratton, not WrestleMania performer Tiffany Stratton.
No one was a WrestleMania performer.
No.
No one. Top to bottom. No one was a WrestleMania performer this weekend.
Dude, because the bar is too low.
Right.
The bar is too
And
low.
it keeps getting lower and lower. I mean, fans are accepting this bullshit.
Dude, they got a guy, a world title match that says yeet.
Yeah.
That tells you how low effort WWE is, the fan base is. It shows you low effort. Let's keep going, dog.
Tiffany Stratton won with her moonsault. We had to see clips of Triple Nose and everybody from the Hall of Fame, but we had to make sure his ego was stroked first. They showed Io Sky and the Goodyear blimp.
And real quick, Brett, don't be rolling your eyes at Triple H when you were standing up there on that stage for WWE.
Right?
If you really wanted to be a demon dog, you would have been on that stage. You would have turned that shit down, and you would be in AEW working with something that actually honors the legacy of your fallen brother.
Mm-hmm. But nope, you'd rather be in WWE.
So don't be rolling your eyes at Triple H because you didn't have no problem taking his check. So fuck all that weird ass shit. I hate all these passive aggressive old timers that aren't being held accountable. Oh, because they had this one great match in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart, I respect you. I really do, man. But for you to roll your eyes after Triple H shook your hand, dude, that shows the problem with everyone who signs with that company. They'll roll their eyes at the prospect of a monopoly existing, and they'll tell you to support all indie wrestling. And then when WWE comes calling them with a contract offer, guess where they go?
Exactly.
I just seen a lot of people. Oh, I'm so pro indies. Oh, I'm so pro indies. But then when that ID program came around, who's the first person they sold out to?
Exactly.
Yeah, Lex Luger instead decided to go to WrestleCon and make more money than to show up at the Hall of Fame. I heard that. Can somebody confirm?
Yeah, I've heard it.
I
I didn't have a chance to confirm.
What the fuck? But continue, bro.
All righty, Zesty Rollins decided to show up with a flamethrower.
Bro. Keep going.
Then he came out to all. Then the lights went off and he went to all white. Roman Reigns showed up with the Ula Fala. Oh my god! Then Punk got a video. Punk came out with Heyman.
Oh. You notice I keep yawning every time these types of matches keep coming up.
All right, the main event for night one, triple threat match: Seth Rollins defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk to win custody of Paul Heyman after Paul Heyman just decided to give everybody low blows.
Okay. Everybody should know what I'm going to say. Overbooked, overproduced, didn't move anything forward. Seth Rollins, as of right now, in 2025, does not have the wrestling chops to carry this angle.
No.
If there was a time to do this, it would have been when Seth Rollins was coming out of the Shield. That would have been a moment to do this. But you wait until Seth Rollins is washed in that ring to put him with Paul Heyman. And yeah, Weekly Still Chair. Hold on, let me put that up. I saw this bullshit too. Said, for the love of God, this is not the greatest triple threat in Mania, despite what Twitter claims. I saw this. Look, we're going to get the result, and let's cook on this match.
Seth Rollins won because Paul Heyman decided to give everybody low blows.
Oh, my fault. You said that. You did say that. Was this worth it?
No. At all. None. None. This does nothing for Punk. This does nothing for Roman. This does nothing for Seth. This is, you know what this was? This was musical chairs from 2010. Oh, this person hasn't been with Paul Heyman. Let's give him Paul Heyman.
Watching these three men wrestle in this match with no stakes, terrible build, favors, sexual favors, custody of Paul Heyman, with all of these things, the match quality wasn't good, and the outcome was very predictable. If you've been paying attention, the outcome was very predictable.
Right.
They were leaning way too heavy into the CM Punk Roman Reigns thing. They were leaning way too heavily into the, oh, I finally got my main event. That's one of my favors. And Seth Rollins was just playing the back burner the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they play Seth Rollins in the back burner, it immediately let me know Seth's the one that's turning. They're not creative.
No.
Let's just be real. WWE is not creative.
No, they're lazy as always. Because again, par for the course. This is just another day of TV. Doesn't matter if it's the biggest show of your year. It's just any other day.
Weekly Steel Chair said Barrett nearly hit Booker level of sexual cringe all night. Pat McAfee boring and Michael Chode mind-numbing lead tedious. I mean, what else with Michael Chode?
Again, par for the course.
Yeah.
What's different than any other day of TV?
And again, that's how you came away from this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Night one, that's how you came away from this feeling. Was that an extended SmackDown? Because it felt like an extended SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't fun. This wasn't none of that. It sucked. And Triple H standing in the ring. Triple H, I'm sorry. CM Punk standing in the middle of the ring and going, "Oh, I fucking did it." He's looking around. "Oh, I fucking did it." It's so corny.
You know, if this was 10, 12 years ago, sure. I'm sure fans would have been with it.
Like, dude,
But now,
go ahead.
but now, no one gives a flying fuck.
They don't. And wasn't he the one running around calling WrestleMania the buy one, get one free extravaganza?
Yeah.
Dude, you did exactly what you said in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't want a main event. You know, what do you say, night 300 of the buy one, get one, something extravaganza? Didn't he say something like that?
Night 4 of a buy 3, get 1 free.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's literally what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all wonder why we call him CM Hypocrite.
Oh, I can't wait for Rumble when he shows up for that.
Because we know it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna back up the Brinks truck and he's gonna be there.
I mean, they already had the Saudi Prince there.
Yeah.
They showed him a lot on Saturday night.
Dude, CM Punk thinks people are slow. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the fucking room. We all know that one person. But again, to get back to this match, terrible match quality, overhyped crowd reactions for this matchup. The outcome was super predictable if you were paying attention. And I came away from this with that same question I always have. Okay, now what? And not in a cliffhanger type of way. In like a, can we trust WWE to book a follow-up type of way?
Oh, God, no. When was the last time WWE did a follow-up to anything?
No, Mo just said what I was thinking right here. Yeah. He said this is going nowhere. But you know what? Let's keep moving, Warner. Let's get into night 2. Let's do it.
All righty. So I got in a little early.
Yeah.
I turned on the last 20 minutes of the 9,000 hour pre-show.
Then you opened your microwave and you put in your last supper as well, didn't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool.
But real quick, they were showing Michael Cole going down to the ring, and then they showed Wade Barrett. And Wade Barrett in tow had the green shirt, the guy with the green shirt, going down the ramp.
Oh, boy.
Who is this guy?
Dude, I don't know if this man got hit with the most pyro WWE has ever produced. And he recovered from third-degree burns, and now he gets free tickets to anything that breathes WWE. Stop making fans, dorks, imbeciles part of the business.
Right.
Stop making corn billions a part of the business. Oh, by the way, shouts out to the Playback gang. If you are watching this on Playback right now, we love you too. You understand what I'm saying? The like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang, for everybody who is in here right now. Thank you to anybody who has sent through a super chat tonight. Keep the good energy going. All right?
All righty, night 2 starts off with the usual montage of wrestlers showing up late, including Randy Orton with his wife. Because that's a thing.
I got nothing.
After we saw the usual montage, guess what, Daryl? It gets even better. We got Stephanie McMahon in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, I saw.
WWE's my family. I was 16 when WrestleMania night happened. Now my middle daughter's 16. Wow. Aw, shucks.
Because that's what people want to see on WrestleMania.
Right.
An insufferable middle-aged witch cunt of a woman talking about her middle child.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. That's riveting shit.
Then we go to Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, and Pat McAfee. Michael Cole decided to talk about Wade Barrett popping his cherry for WrestleMania last night.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, we were popping cherries. I don't know if you knew this. Last night we were popping cherries for WrestleMania commentary.
Oh my God. He didn't really say that.
Go back and watch. Not even joking.
Oh no. Why can they only be edgy with zesty shit?
Welcome to WWE, where homoeroticism is alive and well.
Oh boy. Let's get into it.
Alrighty, we got Io Sky showing up first for the triple threat. She received a nice standing ovation. Then we got Bianca Belair coming out with her stepdaughter in tow. Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Then Rhea Ripley came out. And you know what? Rhea Ripley got a clap out of me because I loved her headgear because that was a nice little nod to the Batman who laughs.
No, that was fire.
That was awesome.
That was fire.
If they were ever going to gender bend the Batman who laughs, I would wholeheartedly support Rhea Ripley.
No, that was cold-blooded. That was cold-blooded. Said world champion appears first is fucking odd. This is WWE, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get to the result. And then I guess
alrighty, so we have Io Sky retaining against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
Io Sky hit a moonsault to break up a pin, but then ran over and covered Belair for the win.
Good for Io. Good for Io. Good for Io.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be completely honest. Everybody was saying this match was like the greatest thing. It was okay. And there's nothing wrong with something being okay. And this was just okay. It was just okay.
Yeah. Again, another match that could have made a match of Raw or SmackDown. And you would have been like, oh, okay, I can get into this. This is pretty good for a Raw or SmackDown. But here we are at WrestleMania.
Again, real quick, bro. They moved Bianca because WWE stole their fan base. Guess what? You could be as racist as you please because all of the people who are heavily invested in our company believe in the same things we believe in.
Right.
So now the fans feel comfortable booing black people and black performers because they look at the people in charge and they go, well, shit, now that I can really do what I want to do, I'm going to boo this black wrestler even though they don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, good for you. But I don't agree with all of the glazing of this match, that it was a great match. It was a top women's match at WrestleMania or the best match in women's WrestleMania history. I don't agree to that. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I have a standard. That's something me and Warren always. Our apologies if we have a standard. That match wasn't all that great, bro.
It was good. I mean, it was good, but it's not something to write home about.
No, Io was working her ass off.
Yes, she was definitely trying to show that she's not little sister.
Yeah, Io was working her ass off. Bianca did all right. Rhea, nah. But yeah, man, y'all got to stop glazing average matches, dude. It
You
was
know,
okay though.
no, it was okay. But here's the thing: is like I feel like Rhea just checked out when it became a true. You know, like she's like, "Oh, we're doing a triple threat.
Mm.
Why? No one wants to see a triple threat. They just want to see me and Bianca." But she's not going to fight with the Office because the Office will see that as something, and then have to punish.
And Jace, we've said that on the show before. I'm gonna put that up. Hold on. We've said that before on the show. That's the WWE mind trick. Their stuff is so terrible that something average seems like the greatest thing ever. Yeah, that pretty much sums up this entire WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That sums up this entire WrestleMania weekend. And there wasn't even a lot of average shit. WWE has such a low bar to jump over to please their fan base this weekend. Because
Mm-hmm.
Triple H lowered their standards this road to WrestleMania. So anything WrestleMania did was going to seem like gold because the road to WrestleMania was just that bad. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh.
So I'm not willing to glaze average because, oh, we could get worse. Yeah, we could get worse, but you know what else we could get? Better.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that, oh, it's better than what we've been getting bullshit. Go ahead and get it popping, bro.
Alrighty, up next we got the maniacal pillow fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. McIntyre won with a claymore to Priest's face into a chair for a pinfall win.
Boy, you can tell who the Triple H favorites are, judging by how they're presented. You would have thought Satan himself was coming out there on that WrestleMania stage when AAR Priest made his entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You had the lead guitarist, a Slayer out there, and some more shit. Now, this also felt like a weekly TV match, but on a grand stage. There was nothing in this match that made you go, whoa, that was really dope. Whoa, that makes me want to see if this feud's going to continue. Whoa, I'm so happy this guy won. You want to know what I said? Because I was in a cabana with Devon Dudley. You know what I said when this match ended? I said, finally.
Yeah.
And everybody looked at me, and I'm like, Drew McIntyre finally got a win.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. But do I think Triple H is going to stop pushing AAR Priest? No.
Oh.
He has this blind faith in him that, again, no one else sees but him. And Drew McIntyre is plateaued as a character. So now what?
Back to the drawing board, but that drawing board is so small and overused, it's not going to work.
And the crazy thing is, I like AAR Priest entrance, but it would have felt so much better if that was for Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't think we'll ever see the Demon again. In WWE, at least.
Like, imagine that same entrance for Demon Finn Balor for a world title match.
And then he falls off the top rope.
Only if Roman Reigns is around.
Oh, okay.
You got to understand your situational, type of thing.
That's true. That's true. Only Roman Reigns can make you fall off the top rope without touching you.
He's Irishman's kryptonite. Conor McGregor do not come to WWE, bro. He knows how to beat those Irishmen by making turnbuckles collapse.
That's right.
That shit was ass. But yeah, that would have been dope. Back before they fucked the demon up, that would have been dope.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep going, Warner. I don't have any comments on this match other than, again, people were overhyping it because it was average.
Maniacal pillow fight.
Yeah, this shit was soft as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, I'll take my flowers now. The Fatal 4-Way match. Dominik Mysterio defeating Finn Balor, Penta, Braun Breaker to win the IC title.
There was a few people that told to both of us that Dominik wasn't winning that belt, and me and you both agreed that he was.
Mm-hmm.
So where are y'all at? I remember saying exactly, imagine if they have that belt get put on Dominik Mysterio. I remember saying that vividly. Imagine if they put the belt on Dominik Mysterio. Then all of a sudden I saw, oh, they're not going to do that. They're not that dumb.
Here we are.
Do you know the company you're referring to? Yes, they are that dumb. And they pulled the trigger. And you know why they're going to keep pulling the trigger on shit like this? Because guess what? When Dominik Mysterio got the 1, 2, 3, the crowd cheered. So they're going to keep doing nonsensical booking like this because you cheered for it.
Mm-hmm.
Dominik Mysterio hasn't won more than 3 matches this year?
Has he even wrestled 3 matches?
I'm sure he's wrestled 3 matches.
Yeah, I would be shocked if he won more than 3 matches.
And that's the guy you just put the IC title on. Pissing
We're
on
going to
Bron
see a lot of
Breaker's
him wrestling now.
Wait. And pissing on Bron Breaker's momentum again.
Mm-hmm.
Again. First time it was for the fucking Yeet Merchant.
Yep.
Now it's full goddamn pencil mustache Mysterio. Were we right or were we right? They're not dumb enough to do that. Okay. And we both was like, okay. Okay. Lord.
Alrighty, up next we got Kobe Covington, who was booed. Triple H with Metro Boomin because Triple H knows his rap game. And Dean Norris were in the crowd. Then Orton came out, running his mouth about how this is his 20th WrestleMania.
Warner, hold on, bro. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Warner. Jace, I'm gonna put that comment up. I'm putting that comment up. Does everybody see that? Are you serious? Losing to Dominik Mysterio in Mania in a multi-man schmoz match is a precursor to a world title push. I swear some people will make any excuse for this product. Really? You got to be trolling me. Can we just call it for what it is? It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call it for what it is. Okay. I quit. I'm not even going to say anything else on that. Warner, any final comments on this shit?
Nope, I'm moving on. Randy taking on Joe Hendry.
You want to know the dopest thing about this?
What?
Randy Orton coming out in his OG debut gear.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. That was super dope.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked with that.
Yeah.
But this match felt like a comedy match.
Mm-hmm.
TNA, again, I ask, how is that partnership going? Oh, who cares? That's so negative. Joe Hendry got his WrestleMania moment. But again, when he lost, I'm not going to say who I was in the cabana with, but it was some high profile people. That you heard a couple people whispering, why did they do him like that? Why did he lose like that? And a few of these people were his co-workers.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So you can't say, oh, you're just a fan, you're just this. What do you have to say? Where do you get off even speaking on this? Even his peers didn't like this shit. They clapped when he appeared because it's like they were just proud.
Mm-hmm.
But then they saw him get WWE and they immediately were like, yo, that sucks. Some of these wrestlers aren't as happy about a WWE monopoly as others are.
Right.
And yeah, that's what they're going to say. Oh, this is going to put eyes on TNA.
No, it's not. Did TNA get a better TV deal in the United States?
No.
So no, it doesn't put new eyes on the product. Wait. Let me ask you one more question. Is Randy going to show up on TNA TV this week to challenge for the TNA World Title?
Highly doubt it.
And that won't bring eyes to the product either.
Again, this was filler.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the silver lining to come out of this was Randy Orton's gear. Pause if
Yep.
necessary.
Yep.
Let's keep it going.
Logan Paul beat AJ Styles with the pulverizer.
Yep. Yep. You heard that right. Weekly Steel Chair, you heard that right. TNA legend, AJ Styles. Beat at WrestleMania by a YouTuber.
Yep.
And for all our new viewers, Weekly Steel Chair is one of our loyal truth seekers. He's a huge TNA guy. This had to be that shot to the heart for you, bro. It had to be. Yeah, I know AJ signed on the dotted line. But there's that little small part of you that goes, maybe they'll treat a legend like a legend. But did WWE do that tonight? No. Because what if Logan Paul tomorrow decides, I don't ever want to wrestle again?
Yeah.
I just want to train in boxing for the rest of my life. Or I just want to do YouTube content creation the rest of my life. You get nothing out of it. Now AJ Styles just got beat for nothing. Again, terrible, disgusting. Wouldn't spit on it if it was on fire levels of work. And the match wasn't even an AJ Styles standard. Another failure.
Yeah.
We're going to give you comments on this match, and let's keep it pushing.
What a waste. What a waste this is. I know this whole Logan Paul experiment thing is still, I guess, working itself out with Paul or whatever. I don't know. But it's a fail for anyone that wrestles him, unless you're Roman.
Mm-hmm.
or Cody. But just waste. Just a waste. Alrighty, up next. Becky Lynch returns because people were clamoring for that. And Lyra Valkyria defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the women's tag team titles because Becky Lynch had to get her one up on Liv Morgan with the manhandle slam. And Lyra's now a double champion.
Warner, we said status quo earlier, correct?
Yes, we did.
All of the truth seekers in the comment section, do you believe this to be maintaining status quo for WWE, or do you feel like this was something different, fresh, and new? You tell me. That's what I'm going to start doing with WWE at least. You tell me what made this good. You tell me why this is going to have a significant impact. Because I'm having a very difficult time seeing how Becky Lynch coming back again and winning a championship is good for the product. No, to me, it was SOS, and everybody knows what that is. Same old shit. Was this supposed to feel good? See, the people in the arena are only popping because they paid $8,000 to sit in the fucking 200 level.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to pop for anything you give them. But if you're someone watching this, you're going, why? And we don't even like Bayley's wrestling ability. We don't think she's all that. We actually think she's extremely overrated. But you pulled Bayley out of the card for this. Well, you could have just done this on the Raw after WrestleMania and no one had to lose titles.
Could have had the TLC match at this point. Oh, well.
And yeah, yet again, another letdown to their fan. Everybody thought Rusev was going to be Orton's opponent. Fans of Bayley thought Bayley still was going to be on the card. And then a report came out today basically saying Bayley isn't injured. They just pulled her.
But WWE doesn't bench people?
No.
Never.
They just seat them.
Yes.
Like at a restaurant. They just seat them.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's bad. It's bad. We want to say something is good.
So bad.
But this isn't good. Go figure. Becky comes back and wins another belt again.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
because she needed it so bad.
Yeah. So now, not only is she politicking to try to get Lyra Valkyria to be something she's not, and it's this little thing called over. We have to deal with Charlotte Flair as well. The Terror Twins of booking are back.
Yep.
And no one's safe. You think if Becky wants Tiffany's belt on Lyra, that she won't get traded to SmackDown and get Lyra traded to SmackDown for Lyra to win that belt?
Yeah. Oh, no, totally.
All right, man. Any thoughts on this match, bro?
Waste of fucking time. This match should have not been on the fucking card. Those tag team belts need to be retired. There's no reason to have a tag team belt if you don't have a tag team division. Terrible.
Status quo.
Status quo. Already up next, Stone Cold Steve Austin showed up in his little ATV, decided to crash in the barricade and knock a Karen back down into her seat.
Yes.
And apparently she was not happy.
She's going to be the new green shirt guy. She's going to get free tickets to the front row at every show on the hard cam side. Yeah, she's going to be the new green shirt guy.
Yep. Nick Khan even checked in on her, but she was still pissed. Austin didn't seem to give a shit.
No, he didn't.
I mean, who cares? Austin also decided to lie about the attendance. He drank some beers. Nick Khan was still checking on the fan in the front row, and Austin left. Up next, we have John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Oh, God.
Finally at the main event.
The downfall of Cody Rhodes, or as we call him, Chody, begins tonight. And we told y'all this. But I can't believe when I'm saying this. John Cena finally did something that made sense, and I liked it. John Cena coming out to a blacked out Tron with just his name on it. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff they should have did from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been even better if he came out to silence.
Oh.
With that Tron, that would have been sick. But I still like the fact that they did the Tron. That was dope. Respectfully. But we're going to give the result of this match and let's cook.
Cena did his best Draymond Green impression and kicked Cody in the nuts. And then hit him with the belt and got the 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. Y'all only get this inside information on Covalent TV, bro. Ric Flair was there where I was. He came to the watch party that I was at. That literally we had cabanas at. We was helping out. Ric Flair showed up. It was heavy hitters with us. Ric Flair is getting escorted out by security after the pin and the win happens with Cena, and he looked pissed. True story.
Yeah. But wouldn't, like, honestly, Daryl, if you were at that 17 mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone broke your record, wouldn't you be a little upset?
Who's way worse than you, by the way.
Right.
If it's someone that is more trash, yeah. But if it's someone that actually has talent and they work hard and they deserve it, I wouldn't care. That's how you know Cena is not the guy that he makes himself out to be. Because Ric Flair looked pissed. He was not happy. And gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. You said he congratulated him on Twitter so fast. Oh no, that thing's a whole different story than what I saw. He was walking out of that motherfucker with the quickness.
I'm sure Hunter had to cool him off.
Of course. He was pissed. His face was beat damn red.
Yeah, I bet he is going to work his damnedest to find out the real number. Whether it's 20, 25, 30. I don't think it's 30, but, hypothetically.
And Cody fans, the story's over.
Yeah.
Close the book.
Your best bet is if he turns heel.
Yeah. And he's not going to do that.
Nope, because he's a daddy.
Yeah. So, Cody fans, close the book. It's
Mm-hmm.
over. There's no more chapters to read. It's done.
He'll be jobbing to Quan Chi before you know it.
Yeah. Facts plus facts. I hope you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm not even trying to be an asshole or sarcastic. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Because that was the only thing propping him up. That belt was the only thing propping him up. And he showed this whole road to WrestleMania that he can't carry a feud.
By himself.
So it's over for y'all boy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. And y'all don't got nobody to blame but yourselves. Because y'all the ones that, he had to finish his story. That was y'all. Okay, cool. He finished it. Now here's his finish. Don't complain. You got what you wanted. Move on. And if you want him to be the best version of himself, boo him out of every building he goes into until he turns heel.
Yeah.
Because he might do it for y'all. Because he'll twerk for the WWE. But that's y'all are about to see the real reason why he got chased out of AEW. Brace yourself. That's all I got on it, dog. Cena breaking Flair's record, and I put that in air quotes. It means nothing to me. So I have no comment.
I don't know what to say to this. This is going to be worse than Brock with him holding this belt. We'll be lucky to see him at SummerSlam.
Let's wrap this one in a bow, bro. Now, guys, for pay-per-views, we don't do from -10 to +10. I give WrestleMania Night 1 a 1. A 1. It was sloppy. It was lazy. It was overbooked. It was overproduced. No moment. Night 2. It was lazy. It was overbooked. The wrestling wasn't worth a damn. Weird outcomes, weird appearances, like Travis Scott showing up in the main event match. This felt like a reality show about professional wrestling.
A 9-year-old could beat up Travis Scott. That was awful. Him showing up like that.
Guys, if you are out here in Vegas and you watch Covalent TV and you went to WrestleMania and you paid your hard-earned money, I feel so sorry for you. This was a waste.
Yeah.
The business was not moved forward by this show happening. It could have been better in so many ways, but not only could it have been better in so many ways, it wasn't even an attempt made for it to be better in so many ways. So 1-1 for both night 1 and night 2. No moment for both. Triple H, the veil of WrestleMania is now gone, and you have to book. Me and Werner have no faith that you'll be able to pull that off.
Mm-mm. Dope.
And that's all I got.
I'd love to give this zeros because that's what both nights were. Just utter zeros. Nothing felt special. Nothing felt like a blow off. Nothing felt like a finality of anything. And that's what WrestleMania is supposed to be. The biggest blow off of the year. End all feuds. End everything. Nothing. Just nothing. There are no moments to any of these shows that make you go, oh man, I wish I could watch that again. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. And yet here we are. No veil of WrestleMania, and Triple H actually has to do some work. I don't see it happening, period. I don't think Daryl sees it happening either.
I don't. I think I got a word to describe this WrestleMania. Strange. It was just strange.
Empty.
It was eerie almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a boneless WrestleMania. It was like the crowd was just cheering for the sake of cheering. Not because they were actually invested in what they were watching. That's such a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of dollars WWE's fans pay. And you want to know something that hurt my heart, guys? I'm at WWE World. I'm at the Superstore. And I overhear a WWE fan say, man, I love this. This is so exciting. Seeing all this stuff is so cool. But man, I wish I could afford something.
Oh, man.
That man probably spent his last buck to come see WWE. And that's what they gave him. That's what they give you. Raise your standards up. Raise your bar. Because right now, they're giving you nothing. This year's WrestleMania was not good.
Mm-mm.
Poor build, poor execution, poor delivery, poor everything. And a couple of little things that did hit didn't last long because, again, WWE doesn't know how to book. And that's what I got. I just feel sorry for the fans, dog.
So do I. It's not going to get any better. And I don't really see fans standing up and going, this is not right. You need to change what you're doing. There's no booing going on. People aren't turning around and showing apathy. People are not people are still showing up to shows. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and it's never going to change.
Well, me and Warner, we did the best we could on this road to WrestleMania to make sure we were being analytical, to make sure that we were giving proper information and giving context and data and statistics and facts. We did our best. And now WrestleMania is over. Uh-oh.
Are we good? Can anyone see or hear me or Daryl? Daryl froze. Okay.
Yo.
Oh, I see Daryl.
What's happening? What's happening?
I see. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we good. We good. Are we still live?
Yep, we're still alive.
Cool. Yeah, sorry guys. But yeah, as I was saying, it hurts to see you guys get nothing. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts. And I wish y'all nothing but the best. If you are a WWE fan and you just can't let them go because you grew up, I wish you nothing but the best. But like our job here is done. Some of y'all did not want to hear what we had to say about this WrestleMania card, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But now y'all have to be accountable. Look in the mirror and go, man, these guys was trying to put me on game. We knew this was going to be bad. We knew this was going to be underwhelming. And we're not going to be that show that props it up just because it's WWE. Because then at that point, we're lying to you and we're lying to ourselves. But WWE, if you feel like this works for you and you're getting the most out of it monetarily, and these idiots want to keep paying you, then in which case, do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But to all the people who support this product, don't come over here trying to tell us what real wrestling is when we just watched that terrible road to WrestleMania and that underwhelming is just not even a word. That absolutely putrid WrestleMania we just had to witness.
Mm-hmm.
That predictable weekly TV show feeling WrestleMania we just had to endure. We can't prop that up. And if there's any people from the media watching, if you prop this up, then in which case you're lying to your viewers.
Yep. And yourself.
And that's all I got. Go ahead, bro.
No, this oh. I don't know how you find a way to prop this up after this weekend. I just don't. I there should be a full on revolt. A full on revolt. I mean, everyone should be running in droves to see a local indie or give TNA more of a chance or try to give AEW a fresh perspective or New Japan. Anything else but this predatory succubus that is just a black hole on this industry that we love so much and wants to kill it.
Sad days, y'all.
Yeah.
Sad days. And we have to suffer because we won't lower our bar.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to suffer anymore. We're just going to tell the truth and we're going to keep it pushing when it comes to WWE. Because Triple H, you did something that a lot of people didn't think you would do. You proved people like me and Werner right. But you got it. All right, y'all. Give y'all ratings, man, before we get up out of here, dog. You see what we got? Said all you'll hear is the records they did this show while fucking over the fans. Said Drew McIntyre did say in post go watch Indies if you are in Vegas. See that talent work hard. That feels performative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit performative. Said trash. The man inducted himself into the Hall of Fame and centered himself.
Yeah. And went an hour and 10 minutes long in his speech.
Is that true?
Yeah. So yesterday when I got to work, I jumped on Twitter to see if there was any news, and all I saw was just a wall of people bitching that Hunter went an hour.
Lord. Weekly Steel Chair came through with the £2, said for the guys, Mania this year, so damn strange. Yeah, that's the word I'm using for it. It was strange. It was very strange. This didn't feel like a WrestleMania. Robert
Yeah.
said the bloom is off the rose. Yeah. Said it's hunted season on Triple H now. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, bro.
You know what? Thank God we have Wednesdays.
Yeah, and that's the show we coming back on too.
Yeah, thank God we have Wednesday. Thank God for Tony Khan.
Yeah, so guys, if you're wondering if there's going to be a show tomorrow, no, I'm going to get back way too late. So no. But Wednesday we will be back. See what we got. Weekly Steel Chair said, I went to sleep and woke up after SmackDown and he was just starting his speech. That's how bad that is. Let me show people. Yeah, I didn't know he was speaking that long. See what we got. Robert said,
I unfortunately watched it, and it was.
What the fuck you do that for?
I'm a sadomasochist at heart, apparently. I don't know.
All right, man, you got to stop bleeding into your mayonnaise.
You know, I couldn't help myself, but like he just enjoyed the fact that he was trolling Sean because Sean had to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning for the 5 o'clock call time for NXT. So he just was enjoying the hell out of it.
So I had an actual NXT wrestler confirm that to me, and yeah, she was like, we were dead fucking tired. Again, I'm not gonna name this person for the sake of I don't want them to lose their job.
Right.
But this person was like, yeah, we were tired as fuck.
Why have a 9 o'clock call time when your show starts at what, 1 o'clock?
No, the call time was 5 and it started at 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it started like 9 in the morning.
Do you really need a 4-hour call time?
For sitting under deliver, they must have felt like they did. Guys, to wrap this one up, find your love for professional wrestling in other places because there's so much better shit out there.
Yeah.
This is the best WWE has, and the best they have is status quo. And any other deviation from that is strictly knee jerk. If that's what you enjoy it. But me and Warren are going to enjoy real professional wrestling, and we're going to enjoy talking about it.
Can't wait for Double or Nothing. So excited for that.
Yeah, I heard it was a lot of Vince glazing at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I came away from this WrestleMania going, wait, people were shitting on Dynasty?
Yeah.
Bruh. All right, y'all. Well, let's get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm going to get some rest. Actually, I might end up just hitting this after party for a second, then I might get some rest. But yeah, guys, I got to get up out of here. I'm tired as hell. I'm sure y'all tired as hell. If you're watching this on playback, you shouldn't be tired as hell because you're watching on playback, and I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are live right now, we appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about that time. So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the mouth of the brazen is high. So sign off. You had to get us the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, and just your boy, Mr. Stark's eye.
The being a pop worldwide, the Messiah, Sammy Q6s, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all. Next time I see y'all, I'm back in the city, baby. I'm back in Chi-Town. Peace.
See you Wednesday.